Hello, it is a dark episode for January the 14th, 2023. I just watched a really good YouTube video from Vera Wild of the Council of Geeks, where she did a video about why I'm afraid to watch Abigail Thorne's play. And it was a really interesting video because the reason why she was really hesitant to watch it was she does watch other YouTube videos, but she has a tendency, video makers, but she has a tendency to watch people who are sort of outside of her scope of things, her realm of things, or just do things in such a manner that just like that's either completely beyond her or just not her area of not interest, but her area of expression or something like that. There's not that overlap that would cause her critic's brain to go there, or her professional jealousy to go there, or creative jealousy. I think there's a difference between professional and creative jealousy. And but Abigail Thorne, who I had to actually look up, but actually I do know who she is, in the sense of I've watched some of her videos, Philosophy Tube. That's her channel, Philosophy Tube, who does this super deep, super long videos, which to my mind, actually, they're probably too deep and too intelligent. They lose me. They do lose me. It's funny. There's some people who make incredibly complex, very deep dive videos, which either I don't have the attention span for, or I just don't have the intelligence for. So I find it interesting that such people have such gigantic followings online. You would think it would be the lowest common denominator, but in this case, it's like, no, I just feel that, okay, this is beyond me. So I have a tendency to kind of put their videos, like definitely Philosophy Tube videos. I had one of her, like her latest ones, in my to watch, and I'd watch 20 minutes of it and I'd just stop, and then I'd watch another 20 minutes, I'd just stop, and then I just wandered away and I never got back to it. But the thing is, for Vera, is that Abigail has come out with a play that she's gotten produced. And she's like, I really am afraid of watching this because Vera has written a play. Except her play, for sounds like for subject matter, it's got a BDSM kind of thing to it. All her contacts are like a community theater. There isn't a community theater that will touch it with a 10-foot pole. It sounds like. I have no idea what it's about. She's very proud of the play. Might be a great play. I have no idea. But she's got like all this, like, this really treads right into my kind of setting off. I can feel it just sort of setting off all the critical and jealousy things on the first part. And then she heard about what's the play about, and the play, what it's about, from how she describes it, it's very much it's really drama 101, where characters in a play realize they are characters in a play, which it's like, oh, really? That's the first play that you've actually gotten produced, because that is such a student playwright play that you write, you get out of your system, and then you move on. It's probably not one that you get produced. Now, this one could be amazing. It could be Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, Tom Stoppard's version of that, which Vera says, hey, I really enjoyed it when I saw it when I was 14 and wasn't really aware of how common of a kind of a trope this is in plays. I honestly don't know if I wouldn't be as blown away by it, because I'm aware of the history of it. I mean, Tom Stoppard probably maybe got to it first. Shira is patrolling the backyard. So yeah. And, you know, she kind of goes into all of her kind of anxieties and just like, you know, what does it just say about me as a person that I'm in this shitty spot of being afraid to go watch it. But it's like I needed to record myself saying this before I go see it. So there's an intermission, and then she comes back and she starts to laugh. And she laughs and she laughs. And I think, oh fuck. So I pause and think, so she saw it and she's like, yeah, it's fine. And I don't really have anything. You know, I put myself through all that and there's nothing there. But that's not the case. That's not the case. What the case is that they haven't actually recorded a performance and put it up on Nebula yet. They're still editing it. And she's laughing and laughing at herself because I put myself through all this. I recorded all this. I bit through all this big production and it's not even fucking there. And now that I've done all this, when it finally does come out, maybe it's just going to be me. I'll tweet about it. I'll do a little one tweet about it, or I'll do like a community post, and that'll be it. That'll be the end of it. Which in some ways, yeah, that makes sense because I think the thing that at least it would probably interest me and that I relate to so much about Vera's experience there is like, for me, it's like, wow, that's how I feel about watching BookTube. That hits it on the head of there's all these people doing this thing on BookTube, which is basically, when it comes down to it, is what I, in my own inept way, am trying to do myself. And it's not just like there's one of them. There's like hundreds and hundreds of them. They're all doing it. And I'm measuring myself against all of them. And I have all the jealousy and I have all the insecurities. And, you know, it's like, and I have all the sense of failure that I'm putting myself against all these people. And it's torturing me. And what have I done? I have gone and made this channel and made a different subscription list where I can watch Vera. I can watch other people, Philip Franco. I can watch movie reviewer guys. I can watch all sorts of other things that have nothing to do with what I am trying to do, and not watch the community. Because when I watch the community, I go through a mini version, a lamoid version of what Vera is going through, who, you know, is actually making a living. She, you know, she says, like, admittedly, I'm just making my bills. But it's like I'm going through the lamoid version of what she describes in her video. And it's so wonderful to hear someone else talk about that and talk about how they cope with it and sometimes how they fail to cope with it. So that was a quite wonderful video that I watched earlier this evening. And made me feel a little less alone. Thank you, Council of Geeks. Thank you, Vera Wild. You are a wonderful booktuber. Not booktuber. You are a wonderful YouTuber. Thankfully not a booktuber, or else I'd have to compare myself to you and feel shitty. Though she does actually every once in a while do a book review and, you know, knocks that out of the park. But I don't hold that against her, and it doesn't seem to trigger me, so that's fine. Probably because it's on such a higher level than me, as Abigail is, she feels Abigail is with her, that it doesn't hurt me. So I appreciate that too. Thank you for being so great. I don't feel the need to compare myself to you. All right. I have been Jay. I have been a silly man sitting in my backyard, yakking away at my phone in the dark. More videos later.